Hey y'all. The Godzilla is back from his nice little break. It was vacation. It was very fun. Had a little too much fun though. Forgot to do my picks. So, with only a few hours actually left, I'm decided to do them on my new iPod because I'm awesome like that. Anyway, here it goes. I'm not going to do the entire card only because I don't want to go too in depth because this thing will only last like a few minutes or something before it gets too long to send. Anywho, Nedkov versus Kane. They're both very, very good light heavyweights. However, I'm gonna give the advantage to Kane because he's fought in the UFC. He's fought better competition. At a much higher level for more of his career. But on the same token, Nedkov has beaten Kevin Randleman, who is not a slouch. I'm just putting that out there. I mean, the guy threw Fedor on his head. Anywho, Ross Pearson versus Edson Barboza. Those are both two really very good lightweights, and I see that being a very fast-paced fight. And I don't know. I look forward to it. I think Pearson's a little more well-rounded, so I'm going to give him the nod by decision. Because it's very hard to finish either of those fighters. Big Nog versus Schaub. I personally want Nog to win just because I like him better as a fighter. I don't know which I would say. But Schaub is just too young and too cocky for me to like him. With that being said, he's definitely very talented. He knocked Krokop out. I was like staring for a good 20 minutes afterwards, like wondering what the hell just happened. I'm gonna give the nod to Shaw though because he is younger. He's got less wear and tear. He's got a much better chance of winning the fight. Even if he goes to the ground with him, he's got to watch out because Nog's been a black belt in BJJ for over 10 years. Again, that's my face. Like, come on. It's obvious. And then Shogun versus Forrest. This is just one of those fights that you have a feeling it's gonna be one of those ones that you go back and watch 10 years later, and you're just like, that was so good. Like, that's what she said. It's gonna be one of those legendary fights, and I think this definitely got the potential to be. Because it's got Forrest Griffin, a guy who he'll say, he's like, oh, I suck. He'll say he's not talented at all, but he goes out there and just puts on a freaking show. He goes out and bangs. He may not be one of the most talented people or fighters in the UFC, but he's definitely one of the hardest working. With that being said, Shogun is more so the opposite. He's very talented. I'm not saying he doesn't work, but I think he relies a little too much on his talent and natural athleticism to win his fights, which in the end kind of just screwed him over in the Jones fight. He just kind of went in there and didn't really do what he had to do to win, and he got, beaten down pretty badly to the point where he was tapping on the mat even though the fight had already been stopped. If Shogun comes in very, very prepared and, very healthy, he's got a legitimate chance. If not, then I just don't see it going Shogun's way. And then, of course, there's the mental factor where Shogun lost to him before. Badly, in my opinion. And then, main event. And if I wasn't clearer, I'm picking Forrest because he's awesome. And main event. Okami versus Silva. Versus Silva. I personally want Okami to win just because I'd like to see someone else wear the belt for once. But I think Silva's going to win just because he's got a little too much natural talent. They're both very talented individuals. They both work hard. I personally think Okami's worked a little harder to get to this shot than the other people have. I mean, he's worked his way up. He had a few roadblocks or obstacles. He lost to Chael Sonnen, and then he's got the balls to ask him to help him right after he lost. I mean, The guy's obviously a very dedicated fighter. Like, he'll do whatever it takes. But there's a puncher's chance. Anything can happen in a fight like this. So I think Okami's got a really, really good shot. Better than anyone else. I mean, Sonnen had an amazing performance against him until he got tapped. And the fact of the matter is, working with a guy who fought him before, he's got to be very, very good for the preparation. And I don't know, I just like it. However, I personally do think that Silva will beat him because he's Silva and he's got many more advantages over Okami than Okami has over him. It's just one of those weird fights, but Okami's got a really good shot. And then the one fight on the undercard that I'm interested in is Dan Miller versus Huzumar Palhares. I personally want Dan to win, and I think he will because he's a high-level jiu-jitsu black belt, same as Palhares. But here's the difference. I see him being a little more well-rounded. He's a really good wrestler. He's a pretty good striker. I mean, the work that they do at AMA is, I've been there. I've seen them work out. They're freaking monsters, in a good way. Anyway, and they're very tough and hard to finish. So even if he does somehow lose, he's not getting finished. They're built. The Miller brothers and every other fighter out of AMA is built Jersey tough. Very cliche, but very true. Like, one of their like the Miller brothers, Danny should be anywhere, Jimmy should be nicknamed anytime. Then again, the fact that they don't have nicknames is kind of cool. Anyway, everyone enjoy the fights tonight, and I will see you whenever I feel the need to post another video, MMA or not MMA related. Either way, have a fun time and pray for me because I'm going to be getting hit by Hurricane Irene in a few hours. So hopefully I don't die. Alright, peace out, Cub Scouts.